An ancient pyramid just passed a test that modern concert halls fail. Its towering stone steps, silent for over 1,000 years, hold an impossible secret. Clap your hands at its base, and the air itself warps. It delivers the precise, haunting cry of a sacred bird. A sound so perfect, so intentional, that it defies modern acoustic engineering. How did an ancient civilization, without computers, without oscilloscopes, without any advanced tools, achieve such precision? For decades, some researchers dismissed this as mere coincidence, a trick of the wind. But what they found next changed everything. And the strangest part? It wasn't the only sound hidden inside this pyramid. Imagine the heart of the Yucatan Peninsula over 1,000 years ago. The ancient Maya civilization flourishes. Their colossal cities rise from the dense, humid jungle, monuments to a people of astronomers, mathematicians, and master builders. Their understanding of the cosmos was, by all accounts, profound. Their artistry, breathtaking. At the height of their power, the Maya built more than just temples. They built calendars in stone, observatories that tracked Venus with an error margin of just 2 hours per 500 years. Aqueducts that delivered pressurized water. Fast forward to the late 20th century. Tourists and archaeologists alike flock to Chichen Itza, drawn by the awe-inspiring majesty of the Pyramid of Kukulkan, known as El Castillo. They marvel at its sheer scale, its intricate carvings, its precise astronomical alignments. On each equinox, sunlight creates a serpent-shaped shadow that slivers down the northern staircase. A visual spectacle that draws hundreds of thousands every year. But for decades, a deeper secret lay hidden in plain sight. No one suspected it. Until one day, a seemingly ordinary clap from a visitor at the pyramid's base echoed back with something truly extraordinary. The pyramid itself seemed to respond. From its ancient stones, a distinct, uncanny sound emerged, an avian call, unmistakable. And one detail about its construction would later stun acoustic engineers around the world. The sound was undeniably the ethereal cry of the resplendent Quetzal, a bird revered as sacred by the Maya. For them, the Quetzal was a divine messenger, a vibrant link between the earthly and celestial realms. Its iridescent green feathers were more valuable than gold. Killing one was punishable by death. But how could solid stone replicate such a complex, natural sound? In 1998, pioneering acoustician David Lubman dedicated himself to unraveling this enigma. His groundbreaking research revealed that the 91 steps on each side of the pyramid acted as an incredibly sophisticated acoustic diffraction grating. Each step, meticulously carved and perfectly spaced, scattered sound waves in a specific pattern. This intricate design created a unique interference, generating a sound signature almost identical to the Quetzal's haunting call. Here is a fact that will surprise you. The echo lasts over 100 milliseconds. That is twice as long as the famous ancient theatre at Epidaurus in Greece. This was not an accident. Evidence strongly suggests this was deliberate, intentional engineering, thousands of years ahead of its time. The discovery stunned the scientific community. It meant the Maya were not just constructing monumental temples, they were designing immersive, multi-sensory experiences. According to several researchers, priests may have used these sounds during rituals, enhancing spiritual connection and evoking the presence of the gods. Imagine standing in a crowd of thousands. A priest claps, and from the pyramid above, the voice of the sacred Quetzal answers. The pyramid was truly speaking. But here's where it gets truly bizarre. This pyramid held another secret sound, waiting to be heard. And other Maya sites held their own acoustic secrets too. The science behind this sonic marvel is astonishingly complex. But here's what nobody expected. researchers discovered that the pyramid's staircase doesn't just reflect sound. It meticulously scatters it. When a sound wave hits the steps, it is broken up, diffracted, and then reassembled. Think of it like a natural equalizer, designed to filter out certain frequencies and amplify others. The key is the angle of incidence, the specific spot at the base where the clap is made. From this precise location, the sound waves bounce off the risers and treads. Each step creates a minute delay. These delays accumulate, mimicking the rapid-fire clicks and chirps of the Quetzal. It is an almost perfect acoustic emulation. The frequency drops by about an octave across the full echo, exactly like the real bird's descending call. And that's not even the strangest part. The sound is directional. It is most pronounced directly in front of the staircase, fading significantly as you move to the sides. This suggests a ceremonial sweet spot, a designated area where the audience would experience this sonic illusion at full power. Modern acoustic engineers have tested this using three-dimensional computer models. They confirmed that even minor changes to the step dimensions would destroy the effect entirely. The margins were razor thin. The Maya were not just building grand temples, they were engineering experiences. Their deep understanding of mathematics, astronomy, and geometry, it appears, extended to acoustics as well. They had no oscilloscopes, no computer models, yet they engineered sound with breathtaking precision. Some scholars theorize this was a way to imbue their sacred spaces with divine presence, to make the gods speak through stone. And consider this, no Maya text ever mentions this acoustic property. Not a single glyph, not one codex. It was a secret meant to be experienced, not explained. For years, the Quetzal's call was celebrated as the pinnacle of Maya acoustic engineering, a stunning testament to their ingenuity. But scientists discovered something even more shocking. In 2004, researchers continued their acoustic experiments at El Castillo. Instead of a sharp clap at the base, they tried generating sounds from the top of the pyramid, from the main temple structure. What came back was something entirely different. Not a bird, a low, rhythmic patter. The unmistakable sound of heavy raindrops falling into water. The same pyramid, two completely different encoded sounds depending on the direction. This was a complete paradigm shift. One theory proposes that El Castillo was not primarily designed to mimic a bird at all. The specific step dimensions and angles that scatter sound waves to simulate rainfall could, under certain conditions, also produce the Quetzal's distinct frequency when a single sharp clap was introduced. The true genius, possibly, was not in mimicking one sound, it was in creating a dual-purpose acoustic instrument. The Quetzal, sacred symbol of the heavens, and rain, the life-giving element that the Maya, living in the arid Yucatan, depended on for survival. The Yucatan has almost no rivers, no lakes. The Maya relied entirely on seasonal rain and underground cenotes to survive. During times of drought, imagine the profound impact of hearing the sound of rain emanating from the most sacred temple. It was hope manifested in stone. This dual acoustic design transforms our understanding of Maya engineering. If El Castillo was intentionally built to produce two symbolic sounds, it was not merely a temple. It was a monumental instrument of ritual and psychological power. Imagine the scene. During times of drought, Maya priests gather thousands in the Grand Plaza. Prayers rise, and then the pyramid itself begins to speak with the sound of a coming storm. The psychological impact on a community utterly dependent on rain would have been immense. It was not just sound, it was social control. It was proof of divine favor. The priests who could make the pyramids sing held ultimate authority. But the real question is this: was Chichen Itza an isolated miracle or part of something much larger? Some researchers suggest the Maya had a systematic, widespread understanding of architectural acoustics. Evidence points to acoustic anomalies at Teotihuacan, where certain plazas seem to amplify specific frequencies. At Chichen Itza's own ball court, a whisper at one end carries clearly to the other, over 150 meters away. That is the length of 1.5 football fields. A whisper. This was not random, it was engineered. It seems likely that acoustic knowledge was passed down through generations of Maya architects, a closely guarded tradition of the ruling elite who could seemingly command the elements through stone and sound. And this changes everything we thought about the relationship between ancient science, religion, and power. But the Maya were not alone. Across the ancient world, other civilizations appear to have possessed their own mastery of sound in stone. At Palenque, deep in the Chiapas jungle, the throne room of King Pakal has acoustic properties that allow a whisper to carry over 50 meters with perfect clarity. Scholars theorize this was designed to project royal authority without raising the voice. At Tikal, the massive temples create echoes that carry across the entire central plaza, believed to have been used during public ceremonies to address thousands without any amplification. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. This phenomenon extends far beyond Mesoamerica. The Hypogeum in Malta, an underground temple carved from solid rock over 5,000 years ago, resonates at precisely 110 Hz. Studies suggest this specific frequency may alter brain activity, inducing a trance-like state. Researchers believe the priests of Malta may have deliberately chanted at this frequency during rituals, using the architecture itself as a tool for altered consciousness. At Newgrange in Ireland, the stone passage tomb amplifies chanting to extraordinary levels, creating an immersive sonic experience inside the burial chamber. And at Stonehenge, recent acoustic surveys suggest the stone circle may have been designed to contain and amplify sound within its perimeter, like a prehistoric concert hall. These are not coincidences. They point to what some researchers now call a lost science of sound, an ancient understanding of acoustics that was independently developed, or perhaps even shared, across civilizations separated by oceans and millennia. The emerging field of archaeoacoustics is only beginning to map these connections. How much of ancient architecture was designed not just for the eye, but for the ear? How many buildings that we have walked through, admired for their beauty, were actually sophisticated instruments we simply forgot how to play? The stones of Chichen Itza have been singing for 1,300 years. We just forgot how to listen. This pyramid, and the growing evidence from sites around the world, challenges everything we thought we knew about ancient civilizations. They were not primitive. Their tools may have been simple, but their understanding of physics, of wave mechanics, of human perception was far more advanced than we ever gave them credit for. What other secrets are still waiting, hidden in the stones of our past? What sounds have been echoing through empty temples for thousands of years, unheard, waiting for someone to finally clap? What do you think was the true purpose behind these acoustic marvels? Divine communication? Political control, or something we haven't even considered? Share your theory in the comments below. If this journey into ancient sound fascinated you, hit that like button, subscribe to Ancient Origins Uncovered, and ring the notification bell. Next time, we are journeying deep into the deserts of Peru to decode the colossal, enigmatic symbols etched into the earth itself, the Nazca lines. Were they astronomical calendars, messages to forgotten gods, or something far more astonishing? The echoes of the past are still calling. Are you ready to listen?